Happy New Year, folks. Rick Brown, Brady Ferguson from the Ledger here for the regular season finale of the Tampa Bay Bucks
Before they go to
2014
the
season.
playoffs next week.
Playoffs?
Playoffs?
Playoffs? No. The regular season finale. The finale of the 2014 season for the Bucks. In typical Buck-like fashion.
Very Buck-like fashion.
The team, well, as they say, they snatched defeat from the jaws of victory.
They earned the #1 pick in the NFL draft. That's what they did.
With a 23-20 loss to the New Orleans Saints after leading 20-7 going into the fourth quarter. Two late touchdowns by the Saints.
And a safety.
Dropped the Bucks to 2-14, and as Brady said, the #1 pick in next year's draft. Brady, you saw a lot of their games this year. What did you think of this version of the Tampa Bay Bucks?
It looked like a good team for a good 2.5 quarters. They were up 20-7. They ran the ball, which they have not been able to do but once or twice this whole season. They had the defense playing well. I mean, the Saints, obviously, being eliminated last week probably came in as well a little apathetic, but the Bucs looked good, and then the fourth quarter came, and they tried to be a high school football team, and they tried to run off 15 minutes of the clock, and it didn't work. And you keep giving the ball back to Drew Brees, even if the team isn't as good as it has been, he's going to make you pay eventually, and he did twice.
And he did twice. Brady brought up a couple of good points. Doug Martin rushed 400 yards for the first time this season. Bucks rushed for 183 yards, season high. Defense, 3 picks off for Drew Brees.
Drew Brees' worst game by passer rating since 2012, and the Bucks found a way to not win but lose it. So that's kind of the game in a nutshell.
That was the game. Thoughts on the season?
I think it's one that Lovie Smith will probably not share with his grandchildren, but it's one that, I guess it's kind of like you bottom out before you go back up. I guess that's what the hope would be. I guess the narrative would be that, well, we hit the bottom, so where can we go from here? And now it comes down to not whether or not we can run the ball or stop the run of this or this or that. It's, do we want Jameis Winston? Do we want Marcus Mariota? Do we want an offensive lineman? Do we want... there's a lot of things to want with that team. So
a lot of things to want. Top of the list, do you want a quarterback? Do you go the Duck or the FSU guy, Winston? The offensive line of the Bucs sucked this year. You saw DeMar Dawson, he played decent the last 3 games. Is he your left tackle? The future, or do you pick an offensive lineman? Do you drop down in the draft to get more picks?
That would be the smart bet, because this team is not a quarterback away, no matter how weak, which their schedule is weak next year. But there's no reason to think that Jameis Winston or Mariota will come in and just magically cure the Bucs' leaky offensive line. It's just going to be, if you want to have a quarterback to be successful, you have to have the pieces around him. No matter how good the guy is, if you have nothing around him, he's going to struggle. So
the Bucs play 4 teams next year with a winning record: Dallas, Philadelphia, Indianapolis, and I'm missing a team.
Nobody in the NFC South. That's the Carolina Panthers.
And only one of those, and I can't think of the team off the top of my head right now, but only one of those teams is coming here to Raymond James Stadium, and that's Dallas. So the Bucs will play 7 games at home against teams with not a winning record. Remember, too, I'm not saying that is going to happen, but remember 2010, the Bucs did not beat a team with a winning record until the last game of the season. That year they went 10-6. So
and missed the playoffs.
And missed the playoffs by a tiebreaker. I think you guys, Detroit beat them on a fake pass interference call, but we're not going to get into that. Hey, look, we appreciate you joining us this year. If you want to continue to read our coverage, you can go to buckscene.blogs.theledger.com, go to theledger.com, go to Twitter at Brady_Fred, go to Ledger, LEDGER on Bucks, or just follow me at Rick Brown 91, and I'll get you there, whatever you need. But look, we appreciate it. Any shout outs before we say bid adieu to the 2014 season?
Be responsible tonight, guys, even though it sucks.
Hey, listen, it's been real, but I got to go, folks. I'm tired of this. So thanks for joining us. We'll catch you next time. Peace.